All right, good afternoon, and welcome to the Water and Sewer Commission meeting. It's Monday, March 6th at 2 p.m. I don't see any public participation here in the room, but if anybody speaks up, will you let us know? Stormwater moment, Bill?
Okay, Sheila was nice enough to include this sheet from AWWA, going over how all of our water is used and what's done with how much is normally used by an average person in the Northeast. I know Peter said he thought the number was 80, and that's probably what we use around here.
80 gallons a day
per person. But there's probably some other states that use the, I've heard of 100 and they're saying 114. So but they probably have a range, and
okay.
That's what the average comes out to.
Yeah, okay.
So it says, goes into how New York City, you can see the largest engineered water system in the nation, supplies 1 billion gallons a day.
Wow.
They lose 300,000 gallons a day.
Well, they don't. They actually. It's saying that the largest engineering system in the nation supplies 1 billion gallons of water a day to 9 million people and cleans 1.3 billion. So they're getting another 300,000 from either wells or some other.
Okay.
So they're gaining 300 gallons because they're treating 300,000 gallons.
Wow.
Lots of new technologies that are constantly coming out and things of that nature, and new chemicals and things like that to use on our water systems. Goes into it how cost is escalating and it's never cheap. And it goes into the thing that we're all familiar with, that we all have aging infrastructures. And that's why the federal government's coming up with the Bill Act.
Well, we can do this. 60% of Americans say they're willing to pay more for water.
And the majority of those are in the Southwest.
That have none.
Wastewater contains about 10 times the amount of energy required to treat it. Enough to treat the electricity needs of Chicago, Dallas, Houston, and New York City. Wow. All right.
Okay. Any
Sure.
questions on that?
That was cool. Find it.
Yeah.
Perspective making.
You send that to Jeremy, have him put it on the website.
Okay.
Or put it on yours,
Yeah,
your page.
pretty good, yeah.
Right. Great. Number 3 is billing issues. Do we have any billing issues?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, nobody coming forward? I got you, now I know.
Okay.
All right, it's only taken me a year and a half. All right. 4, has everybody had a chance to review the last meeting minutes? Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
If not, can we have a motion to approve the last meeting minutes of February 6th and February 21st?
So moved.
That's a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I think in your packet you see the warrant. Anybody have any questions, thoughts?
I got 2 questions.
Yep.
And if FW Web, they usually provide this stuff. Do you use Sawyer's or that's page 13?
Thank you.
Yeah, they usually they use Sawyer's or Colonial for parts.
I believe they do if they can't find it at FW Web. I think over the years they found that FW Web's prices were a little bit.
Oh yeah, cheaper. Yeah.
That's why I believe. Chris, you have any?
Yeah,
Other than-
we go to FW Web because they have the broadest supply for what we're doing a project, where Sawyer's or Colonial may not have what we're looking for, especially some of the larger stuff.
Oh, yeah,
So we just tend to go to FW Web for a lot of projects.
yeah,
If they don't have it, we do be sure to look around from here on to Albany, trying to find the parts we need them.
yeah, okay,
So we do shop around.
yeah, okay. The other question is, wheelbarrow,
Wheelbarrow.
14, or,
14,
can't read it.
Page
15.
15?
Wheelbarrows is 67,000. That's one week, or month,
1 month.
yeah,
Yes, the price
Yeah.
went from $77 per ton to $108 a ton.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
under the new agreement.
That's what we discussed.
yeah, I know, but, I didn't think it was that high.
We're still cheaper by $70 than some of the
Yeah.
communities down south per ton.
Mm,
So,
Okay, that's it,
Yeah, it's a big, that's why we're looking at that with the grant with, Barton with Judas at the drying, the dryer, cause that'd cut down both the number of trips and also, make it more appealing. I don't know if they'd lower the price, but it's worth asking. So,
okay.
alright,
And just out of curiosity, I think I lost the page number, I'm sorry, there's a hydrant listed for almost 5K? Is that what it costs when Saturday night becomes Sunday morning? And you gotta,
you
You got
knock
it.
over a fire hydrant?
yeah, is it $5,000 to replace one of those?
I thought, I'd have to go back and look. I thought we had gotten 3, but I don't know if that's for one.
Okay,
I will double check on that.
sorry, oh, there, page 5 it's on.
I saw the 2. But thought. So it's, yeah, almost $5,000, yeah.
Yeah,
It looks like it's a single one. so-
that's like bordering on needing community service out of the person that flattened it.
Well, we tried to order, I guess, we standardized around Mueller, and I think we've been almost a year now when we tried to order 3 of them,
Mhm.
so they couldn't even get us. The supply and demand is incredible.
Sure. That's interesting.
But, you know, we keep, I know there's, I thought I saw 3 come in, but there was at least 3 down there, new ones. So I don't know if that was all under one umbrella or not, but I'll double check.
Well, I mean, it's not the kind of thing you wanna take lowest bid on, you know, it's,
Or
it
you
should
want,
sit there
or you
for-
want to be without. I mean, we
Yeah.
actually went to we went to a different hydrant. So,
Yeah.
cause, the city is standardized around Mueller, but, we couldn't get them.
Sure.
So, if something happens, it's not like you wanna be without a hydrant.
Yeah, right.
Can you tell me, is it the same water that, our drinking water that, is for our fire hydrants?
Correct.
Same,
Yeah.
everything?
Mhm.
Thank you. Any other questions? Can I get a motion to approve the warrant?
So move?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. The award of the mowing of the city dams, contract bid CGF 23-02. Do we need a motion for that, Bill?
Yep.
Yep. Could I get a motion to approve the mowing of the city-owned dams contract?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Usually we get a list of, bids, and then you can approve one of the bids, on the committee, that's the water and sewer committee. But this is just, it's just one bid?
The only bidder we had.
Oh, okay,
It was the only bidder. That's the same bidder that we had the last several years.
yeah.
So he's the only one submitting bids now
Yep.
at this point?
Yes, we did get one call, Jeremy, right? We got another call from another vendor, but he never,
Yeah, he submitted like a day late. I don't think, I think it was a company that hadn't done a lot of municipal work, so, he didn't follow the instructions in the bid, so we had to,
Disqualify.
returned unopened.
Okay.
Okay. I make a motion to effect.
Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Thank you. Award of the grant funding support contract CGF 2301 RFQ as per the Common Council award. Do you have any questions or discussion?
Just for clarity, I know Jeremy brought this point up, we're not going to enter into contract, we're actually entering negotiations
Oh.
for fees before we go ahead with the contract. So this is allowing us to enter into fee negotiations with these next two actually.
Well,
companies.
It says, as per Common Council award.
Mhm.
Yeah, they awarded it as negotiations. It's misworded in our agenda.
Yeah. It's
So
just
That's
to-
how they awarded it.
So, we don't get a list of places and stuff like that, so, because usually, the Water and Sewer Board approves of things like that. And,
Yes, you're correct, and then it goes to the Common Council. Because
Yeah.
of time constraints, we were gonna do it in the rears.
And there was a committee of people that reviewed all, and there was 7 or so, right? Is this
There was
that's the one,
4
right?
on this one, 4 on the grant funding, which was Jeremy, Mike White, and Councilman Donahue.
so,
Yeah, so we received 6 proposals on this, and, the newest formats for,
EFC.
EFC and procurement of professional services like engineering or architecture, it's no longer based on fees.
Oh.
The proposals don't include fees. It's purely based on, the firm's qualifications and
Oh.
the people they have on their staff and, other relevant experience with similar projects. So that's what the selection committee weighs, is they score each of these proposals, and then once they determine who they feel is best fit to work on that project, then you enter into a fee negotiation, as Bill mentioned. So that's where we're at now.
But
It's
under
different. It's different for me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's taken a minute to get used to that.
yeah,
And it's.
But under normal circumstances, you'd put out those RFQs, you'd get your 6 responses. A group of people would narrow it down to their choice. But then it would come to the Water and Sewer for approval, or to approve the recommendation, then go to the Common Council. The only reason it changed is that we were trying to get them to do some work. There's money coming up, earmarked funding from senators and congressmen, and we needed as quickly as we could to get approval so that we could put request literally this week, earlier this
Today.
week.
Today.
Thank you. All right, so today, we're asking them if they'll give us some money for these projects. And that's why the order is backed up, Peter, and that's the only reason. So you're exactly right, though. So the process has changed where they don't include money anymore. There's one. 2 is once a group of people submit, they figure out who they think the best contractor is, it would come to you, you'd approve it, then it'd go to the council. This one we switched quickly because the council meeting happened on Tuesday night. We figured if we could get them approved, we could get them to ask some congressmen for some earmarked funding. If we don't get any, we're okay, we're no worse off. But we didn't want to miss the date.
Okay.
That's why.
And if we did miss the date, it would be another year before.
That's
earmarks
right,
were
yes, and
available.
you can never go back to the apple.
so, the selected committee, it approves that, then we don't have anything to say, right?
No, you do, because if you don't agree with that person, with the one they picked, if you didn't agree that you have every right to say no. We'd like to go back to the drawing board. it's, the reason that change is there is because of the way that the federal grant dollars won't approve them anymore.
I can't
If-
understand
Yeah.
that, but.
Yeah, and I think at some point in time, I believe Sheila had sent an email around to all the commissioners, letting them know that proposals were here if anybody wanted to take a
Oh,
look
yeah,
at 'em.
yeah, but
I don't know
then we get a meeting 3 or 4 times a week instead of once a week.
if,
Yeah,
Or a month.
yeah.
I mean, as the mayor said, this was just for us trying to put the city in the best position to
Yeah,
receive funding.
I can understand that, but, so, maybe you can, just list, the top 3 or something like that, to give us a clue why you choose these, You don't have to, you don't have to, you don't have to change your answers, but just
Well-
list how many, 2 or 3 or.
Well, that's what we did. We did the selection committee. We had 6 proposals. We shortlisted 3. We interviewed 3
Yeah.
three
yeah.
firms, and then the selection committee moved forward with the top firm.
maybe in the
Both
future, the selection committee needs to be made up of more water and sewer commissioners, or at least have the offer to join the committee.
Well, yeah, but I don't have an argument with that, because just list the people that are, contractors that
Or the
were,
finalists,
yeah, the 3, 4.
the 3 top finalists.
Yeah, let's just, list them. You don't have to change your opinion.
Findings. Great,
Yeah,
we can do that.
yeah,
It's
okay.
easy enough. Give you a review of the end of the process and why they selected who they
Yeah.
selected, right?
Yeah,
Okay. If there are no other questions, do we have a motion to award the grant funding support contract, CGF 23-01 RFQ
So that we can
For,
enter into fee
Arcadis.
negotiations.
for Arcadis?
I'm making a motion.
Do we have a second?
Sure, second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. The next is, regarding the professional engineering services for the electrical system upgrades at the wastewater treatment plant, CGF 2205 RFP, as per the common council resolution. Do anybody have any questions about that?
This is the same thing where this is allowing us to enter into fee negotiations. It's not actually a contract. We haven't signed any contract with either of these firms. We're entering into contract negotiations. We anticipated that going forward, that would be, if these are the firms we're gonna go with, but we wanna make sure.
I make the motion for that,
Second.
for, what's the one? For,
What's the name of the company?
Pierce,
Ray Pierce.
yeah. What's your name, Pierce.
Chris made second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. And, 5, any discussions? Any questions, comments? So just to recap what Peter was saying, I think, is that in the resolutions in the future, when you guys have narrowed it down, that if you'd review the 3 finalists and maybe a little bit of narrative on, why you selected who you selected, that he'd appreciate it. And probably could do the same regarding, the wastewater treatment plant. You could have the name of the company that we're
Mhm.
doing it in the resolution. Fair enough?
Yes.
Awesome. Not hearing any other discussion, I don't think we have any personnel issues, do we? Nothing.
That I'm aware of.
No need to go into executive session. Careful, we might just break a record here. Next proposed meeting dates, A is a water and sewer workshop on March 20th at 2 p.m. at the wastewater treatment plant. And the next is a wastewater treatment Sewer Board meeting, April 3rd. Geez, there goes March.
Yeah.
2 p.m. at the wastewater treatment plant.
The 20th is gonna happen. I thought the brothers and you, all three could not make.
I can make them, March 20th. I think we
Okay.
moved it back a week, so
Okay.
not to hit, March, I think be, so yes, the 20th they're fine, and I think that the guys might be back then too.
No,
they
they're
won't
gone
be.
home on-
I will be. How's
Okay.
that?
Okay.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Mine's a short trip. A long beer. Right? All right. Do we have any, a motion to adjourn?
Sure.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.